most YouTube tech review PC enthusiast channels have been lying to you or not telling you the entire truth, to say the least. They'll tell you to uncap your frames so you get the lowest latency possible. That's not true. That's not even close to being true. And if you're sitting there going, well, I already capped my frames, Crash. I got great frame timing and my games are smooth. That's not what this video is about either. But this video is about game tick rate and getting in sync with that. I ain't talking Justin Timberlake. Oh my God, that was cheesy. Put this example video together to show you guys it's not really about the latency. That's not what we're improving here. We're improving the timing and getting the games in sync. That way, when the tick rate refreshes, your movements refresh right along with it. That way, it's not waiting for the next update and your shot misses because it updated in the past and then you shot. That makes sense? And this video I'm about to show you, the difference is so drastic. It's almost like playing an entirely new game. Okay. I'm talking drastic. Now check it out. Now, we go back to the first one. You can see with the cap frames, I had way more floatiness, way more speed, way more height. I mean, damn near, what was that? 10 yards, 15 yards. And on this one, same thing. And stop. Look how far away we are from this over here. That's definitely 10 to 15 yards. On this one, I didn't use my double jump over here because I knew I wasn't high enough and I didn't have enough speed to get over the wall. So my gamer muscle memory kicked in and I saved the double jump to down here. So that's a crazy difference, isn't it, guys? Okay, real quick, I'm gonna try to explain this easy peasy, no mumbo jumbo crap. What we're trying to do is take the tick rate of the game and evenly divide it into the frames that we're running, the cap frame rate that we're running. So if it's 64 hertz tick rate, 128, 256 would work. If it's a 60 hertz tick rate, 120, 240 would work. If it's a 64 hertz tick rate, it'd be 128, 256, and even 384 would work. Okay, those are all evenly, the tick rate evenly divides into that. So but what we're really looking at is if our frames at 120, for example, then every frame is 8.33 milliseconds. We're trying to match that frame rate time to the tick rate time. That's really what we're doing. That's what this is really all about. We're trying to get that number to match their tick rate refresh number. Okay. Because if it's out of sync, like I said, it could update the game and then you shoot and then, and then you're out of sync because it doesn't pick up your shot until the next refresh. All the popular games tick rate state and the frames you can use to match it. Okay. And if you don't know how to use Frame-to-Tuner, mine should be going already. When you open it like that, just find the game, for example, hit add, and like I'll use Titanfall 2. So I'll hit Titanfall 2, hit open, and then it's added. When it's added like that, I will set mine to 120. This Titanfall 2 is tick rate 60 hertz. So 120 would work just fine. 240 would work just as well. It's not always going to be the refresh rate of your monitor. Some things are weird. Like, for example, CSGO 2 up here has two tick rates. It's got the mid-roll tick rate and then regular tick rate. The reason they added that is to be cleaner updates for shots, and I think they added it for something different, but that's not what this video is about. That's for a different video. So, and also the finals tick rate's weird because the building destruction is on a whole different tick rate than player action. That's weird, but I broke it down the best I could for you guys. So if you just want to, I'll put this in the description too for you. But like I said, some of them are weird. Like Overwatch is 64, so the best wouldn't be 120, wouldn't be 144. It wouldn't be 200 or 240. It would be 128 and 256. You know, those numbers they don't line up with the typical refresh monitor stuff like the 144, the 120, even 90, 260, 180, 360, 500, 480. I think that those are all pretty typical. 165 monitor refresh rate. Hurt. Yeah, you got it. Now, so to all my Ryzen CPU people out there, this next part's for you. Even if you have an X3D, having all that cache is great. I ain't saying anything about it. That's great. But if you have multiple CCDs, like I have a 5900X, so 8 cores are on one and 8 cores are on the other. If you fire your gun from this core that's on the first CCD, but it needs something else on the other CCD, because there's another core doing something that this needs help with, it has to go travel and then come back to complete the action. And that causes desync and latency issues. And like I said, even if you have an X3D processor, it's best to cut half the cores off and just use your first CCD's cores on the game that you're playing, because it doesn't have to go far to get the cache or talk to other cores. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to go far to get the cache if you've got X3D, but anybody that doesn't, that applies to you too. But what I would do, instead of downloading Process Lasso or making a shortcut or any of that, because changing this stuff can get aggravating, and maybe you don't want it changed. Maybe you want to change it back. So then you'd have to go through that process. To make it quick and easy for you guys, it takes longer to do, but after you're done playing the game, it goes back to the way it was. So if you don't want them settings, you don't have to worry about it. So this is the only way that I would do it. I would go to my task manager. I'd find Titanfall. It's not Titanfall. Right here, I'd right click on it. I'd go to details. I'd right click on it. I would go to set affinity. And I would set all my cores and threads that are on my first CCD active and cut the rest off. You have a 5900X. No, I would be cutting cores 12 through 23 off. I mean, I could do it the other way, but so I would cut all these off all the way down to here. And then it would just use these cores and threads up here. That will save you some latency and desync issues. You probably won't even be able to tell, but trust me, it's there. And if you're like me, you can tell. If you made it this far, thank you. Like it, sub. I got all kinds of good stuff on my channel down below. Check it out.